Welcome back, everybody, to Genesis 5 Splatoon 2. I have a special guest with me, one that needs no introduction, but I'll do it anyway. That SRB2 dude. How you feeling, man? How's the trip been?
I'm feeling good. I mean, well, to be honest, a little bit tired because the jet lag's kind of hitting me right now. Like, I woke up this morning like at 4 a.m. and I couldn't get back to sleep, so I'm playing Splatoon, so having fun in that.
Yeah, well, so tell me about that, because your team is all from Europe. They've made the longest trips that you can make to get here right now, and all four of you come from different parts of Europe. So how are they all adjusting? I know that this is a big deal for a lot of them. It's one of the biggest lands that this might be the biggest land, but I know it's a huge deal for them. How are they handling it?
They're doing pretty well. They're dealing with the jet lag a little bit better than me. Mm-hmm. I guess if we were to dealing with this land setting, because this is kind of their first experience with Splatoon 2 land and such like that. Soren is a little bit nervous, and I was just telling him, my dude, you gotta calm down just a little bit.
Yep.
So, just gotta understand how a LAN really is. Like, it's just online play, except you can see the other team on the other side of the table,
Right.
So.
Yeah, LANs are, if it's your first LAN, it's a really, really big deal. There are the jitters.
Yeah,
I mean, there's really no experience comparable to it. But take me through the start of that Walleye Warehouse Splat Zones game, because you all went 3 down. You were the last one up. You got a kill. You retreated back a little bit, and you put your bubbles out. So often, and we talked about this in the cast, you were the one that was back and being the anchor and holding things down. What goes through your head? How is it that you're always in the position to be that anchor, to get that kill, and to kind of slow things down for the other team?
It's like usually if it's a situation where, like, I guess 3 or 2 of my teammates go down, basically what I do is I try to stay alive as best I possibly can, because I do wear tenacity as well. So the tenacity just helps with special, and like as you saw there, I got my specials really, really quick, and I was able just to hold it down, get 2 kills, and my teammates were just able to jump back into me. So just pretty much a strat. I mean, I shouldn't be saying this on stream, but I guess
everyone.
It's out there now.
Clearly, all of success is because of that one strategy, right? Tell me a little bit about, this comp, we've seen this from you guys for the last couple tournaments here. I know you've got other weapons in the tank. I've seen you use just about every weapon under the sun. But what is it about this comp in particular that makes you so comfortable to where enemy teams will throw everything under the sun at you and you just stick with those same 4?
It's mainly the use of utility. Because like you have the bubble blower for defense and pushing. You have Stingray for pure defense. You have Incomra as well, just to keep you to be, maintained and allows us to push and stuff like that. Like all these types of things that kind of fulfills like every single type of thing that you need, like attack, defense, neutral game. We put a lot of thought into it and thinking what we're going to do with specials to actually get stuff done,
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. And this is kind of a fun one. What I've been wondering for a while. How often have your teammates been to America? Have they been to America before?
Soren's been New York one time, and I think this is the first time for Sendo and Nike.
How are they adjusting to the food? Do they like the food? Do they like American food?
They say it's really big, I guess.
You like really big food? That's good stuff. That's every time some of my friends will come visit from Europe or from Japan or somewhere like that, they always say, I don't know about this food, man. And it's just like, USA, USA.
I mean, it's great food. Like, I'm not going to lie. The difference with, like, I guess, food from the UK or anywhere, pretty much everywhere else in the world, actually, it's like how much you can spend, like, so little in America, but you get so much. And I can translate it, like, okay, let's talk about, like, the McDonald's.
Right. Okay. Mickey D's.
The McDonald's drink situation, where a medium in the United States is basically like an extra large in England.
Wow. You hear that, everybody? So the next time you complain about your 99-cent large sweet tea, that's like an extra, extra large in Europe. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's a struggle. Well, it's not really a struggle, but
right.
We adapt. We adapt.
We adapt to less drinkage. That's great. What in that set do you think Legacy did well? Because they had some moments. You all were pretty well in control. What is it like? A lot of people I know will ask the question, okay, so there's a good team and we'll play them and they just dominate us, but then they get dominated by an even better team. So what is it that you see when you see Legacy play? What do you like looking for? How do you respond?
It's more what we try to look for is for openings, more or less, because it's kind of hard to read in the game at first because, I guess when thinking about it now, how Legacy played, it was like they were really, really heavy on inking the entire map and just holding it. And they were pretty much, I guess they lacked a little bit of aggression, but they were really good at just holding and making sure that there aren't any openings. But I feel like if they can just get the aggression thing down, it would have been maybe a 3-1, 3-2 maybe.
That Rainmaker game, we were actually holding our breath, and then as soon as we saw that, we heard the sound of the Stingray, we were like, oh, nope, that's it.
Nike Stingray.
No accidents
so
there. No accidents there. Bob grabbing his water bottle. What do you think of Bob's orange suit, by the way?
My man is fly, dude.
He is. For those of you who don't know, Bob, this is not something that Bob did for solely commentary. From the moment I met this man, he was wearing a suit, and he is that's his look. He loves it, and it's good stuff. I think he might be going to – oh, he's not going too far, I think.
No, he's gone. He's gone now.
All right, dude, you're dropping out of pools and commentating with me. That's what we're doing here.
All right, sick.
Excellent stuff. So you've been to every LAN. So what is it – give me your impression on this LAN as compared to the ones before, aside from the 2,000 Smash Bros. Players like 50 feet that way.
Like, this is the sickest LAN. Like, it's just the setups and how it's just laid out like this. Like, when you look back on, like, Dome Park in the Grass or any other Splatoon LAN, like, you had, like, Squidstorm where it was TVs around the table, Dome Park in the Grass, it was 4 monitors in one room.
Humble.
Another 4 monitors in another room. It was just, like, so ghetto. But this is just, like, it's more the way how we want to do it. Like, have the 8 monitors, like, on 4 tables, and then another row. I mean, it's so sick.
It is
so
sick. And again, for those of you who can't see, we have rhythm games and arcade fighting games over here. We've got a bunch of other games sitting right here. And like I said, about 2,000 Smash Bros. Players right over there.
That's insane.
Huge setups there. They have a cafeteria here that has some pretty good food, actually. I
did not know that.
Yeah, actually. It's like way over there on the other side. Like if you walk along that wall, you'll find it.
Okay.
Now the only thing I wish is that they had more bathrooms.
Oh, no, okay. If anybody rewatches this stream and you're already in Genesis, do not go to the bathroom that's closest to the room here. Just go and just find another, well, basically, I went all the way around, and, like, there's a bathroom, like, at the very end of the hotel.
Right, the stalls that are over there?
Yeah. That's the cleanest bathroom. Just
well, not that bathroom over there, I don't know when you went, but when I tried to go to that, it was like they'd shut it down.
Yeah.
We destroyed – we have been here, like – what time is it? It's like 3 right now? Yeah, 2:59. We destroyed that bathroom in 5 hours.
Jesus Christ.
Unreal. Crazy stuff. How much of Saffron Rice did you get to watch today? Did you get to watch any of what they were doing? Because I was busy playing in my pool, so I didn't see like what you all were doing.
I didn't see them.
You didn't see it?
I missed it.
So this will be good to pick your brain about. So Saffron Rice they went undefeated in this pool. They beat Yami, they beat Deep Blues, and they didn't lose to anybody else. They didn't get to play against Komodo, but Komodo had already lost, so they went 5-0. The composition that they were using, they had Dia on heavy. Well, the 2 players that I want to point out, they had Dia on heavy, and they had Phlox on the Brella. And the Brella's gone away fast. But with all these end zaps, it was so hard to kill Phlox because they were running double end zap, and he just kept blocking like the Brella does. Yeah. What's your take on the Brella right now in the place that it has in the meta?
It's not as frequent. It doesn't get used as much, mainly because of the rain nerf. And it's like the rain doesn't paint as much. Like the majority of the time people use Brella because it just painted so well. And if you're a good Brella, then you can, any 1v1 you go into, it's just like, you can't win. Like, it's like the Brella has really good matchups like against a lot of weapons, even like Splash or Pro as well. Like I can't tell you enough how hard it is to actually go up against a Brella with a Pro.
A really good Brella.
Yeah. So it's difficult, but it's just like a really good Brella can do a lot and be a complete game changer. Yeah,
and that's really what Phlox was. And they had their blaster was using stealth jump, and then Phlox would jump in and just come down with Brella. And they kept the pressure was unreal. I'm very interested to see how they do. You'll probably meet up with them.
Yeah,
I mean, if you guys just both keep winning, you'll hit each other eventually. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Let's see here. I wish we could see Twitch chat. I bet they've got questions right now.
I have a phone.
Oh, well, yeah, go ahead and bring it. Well, I think we're, yeah. So what's your impression of California?
California, it's a pretty cool place, I guess. Because we're in, like, I guess, downtown Oakland, and got to mention, like, how tall the buildings are compared to, like, places I've also been to. It's just, like, the skyscrapers, it's huge. It's just, like, you feel so small when you're standing up next to them and stuff.
A lot of people saying, hi, dude. Always a champion of the people, beloved. You have any words for your wonderful community that's out there?
Don't miss, get good, win games.
I love it. I love it. The get good mentality. People say bad things about it, but at some point you can have the right idea, you can have the right weapons. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
And you have to be good to do that. All right. So we're going to be going to a short intermission. Thank you once again, dude.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Always a pleasure
Anytime.
having you. Thank you for the interview. We're going to go again to a short intermission, work out some things that we're going here, but don't go anywhere.